All right, LOK, lock. Let's just call them. Let's not do LOK. We're just going to call them lock. Lock are a fresh new kind of living beings that spawned in the middle of a vast, incomprehensible world. Help them understand their surroundings and guide them towards expansion of their civilization. All right, so this is the world, and I guess this is the civilization we're going to expand. And we've got some numbers. These are the numbers of the levels. There's bonus levels. And then this becomes a level, eventually. We'll see if we get there. Yo, Ghost of Sparta, thank you for 5 months with the Prime. Much appreciated, my dude. Some of you saying the game sound is a bit too loud. Fair enough. Fair enough. Settings. As you can see, got to turn it right down. Maybe it was the sound effects that are making a lot. Now I feel like the music is definitely too quiet. This is a common thing I've noticed with audio though, is that like sliders become effective in like the bottom 15% a lot of the time. Let's head back. Let's continue the puzzles. Ban Clam says, good morning all. Good morning, my dude. It's midday for me now. Let's go in and do our first puzzle, right? Click on the tiles to spell lock. Use lock by clicking on an additional tile. So when you spell the word, you get to press another tile. When you color in all the tiles, you win. You must always black out all the tiles in a level. Let me grab the controller and just see how this feels with this. Yeah, so I can shuffle around with the stick. LOK. Ooh, all right, we're dragging. You can drag in reverse. We fill that one out. We come over here. We fill that one out. You with me? You got it? We're learning things. Not the music that was loud for sure. Okay, so it was the sound effects channel that was creating a lot of noise then. Keywords must be spelled in a straight line. So we can immediately see that like it's not letting me go left. How does that feel if I use the mouse and keyboard? Yeah, I think we're gonna use the mouse and keyboard, just because this control scheme, like with the visual, might get a bit irritating. But let's continue using it for the time being. So we can't go around this corner, right? So those three might be redundant. We can't go. We can go lock in that direction, and then there's another lock there. So yeah, it looks like it's basically a case of doing this. You know what? This little square tile probably makes it easier for me to show you what I'm looking at, right? Maybe we will keep it this way around. You can hold, click, and drag to select tiles. You can also undo moves or reset the puzzle at any time. Okay, so if we want to undo something, we press Y, we go back. If we've already played a little bit and decided we made a mistake, we can press B. B goes back. Okay, because I'd only done one action. Right, Y resets the puzzle. There we go, we got that one. So we're going to lock like 2 ways here. It's more like this. Go up, get rid of that. Then go that way. Do that. I don't know if this one has multiple solutions though. Now let's say we want to go back a level. Pull up the menu. Go to level 4. So what if we went that way? Yeah, no, I think we would have stuffed ourselves because you can't go around the corner, so there's no solution here. Just checking. I reckon multiple solutions will pop up during this game. So the adjacency of a tile can change throughout solving a puzzle. Figure out how. That, I believe it's referring to this. So we want to block. Okay, I'll do it the wrong way first. Like, if we do that, I think it's referring to how when you've snubbed one out, you can go over it. Now, because I deliberately did it in the wrong order, we are in a little bit of trouble there. So if we go back to this step where we've done the first lock, the second lock goes there, And so there's an order of events as to which we need to do these puzzles, right? I see we are getting digital, says Digital Chaos. Yes, we are, my friend. You've already gotten digital. You're very digital. Chaotically so, some might say. Yeah, we're 9 minutes in. I got a cup of tea. Let's have a sip, right? Right, chat. I've been doing my best to be more engaged with you lately. So speak up. Or forever hold your peace. How's this looking so far? We almost got 200 peeps tuned in at the moment. Just give me some thoughts on what you're seeing so far. Here's what I'm seeing. A lock in the middle is the place to start, and then we can make our second lock to the side, which gives us the one at the end to turn off. Holding my peas. I said peace. I just ate some peas. I had some grilled steaks with rice and peas. Very nice. Callie says, seems pretty straightforward so far. Assume that will change soon. If I recall correctly, each area introduces a new letter scheme, and as the words you can use expand, so the abilities and the increasing complexity of the puzzle, which is really cool. The Most British Crow says 5 ads, question mark. Yeah, the ad experience is pretty bad. Pretty bad on Twitch. I watched a lot of live streams over the Hermitcraft charity stream weekend, and I realized, wow, the viewing experience kind of sucks. I don't really see a lot of ads because I watch YouTube and I have YouTube Premium, which is highly recommended. Anyways, we got a lock here and a lock there, which would give us a lock across that side. So we would end up with 3 tiles, right? Is this easy? Or am I just a brain smartest? I think it's a little bit of both, honestly. Last time we had a music chat, what about game genres? Is there any game genre you'd never touch? Blooming Cow, I think today isn't really a waffle stream because I do waffles when I grind. When we do puzzles, I need to be a little more engaged with my brain, so we'll probably just be playing the game and talking about the puzzles we see. That's generally how it goes when we do some puzzling. Right, the next world has been unlocked. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, next level unlocked. So, like, we've got a lock here, but we can also go that way. But we'll probably want to preserve that one. And then we've got an LO, skip that, and K. So my gut kind of tells me to start here and get ready for the one that goes downwards. So I'm going to do that. Then we can use this one to open up that one that goes downwards, and it leaves us with 1 letter, which is all the way up here at the top. Beautiful. We love it. I'm seeing so much more words aside English ones, and it messes with my brain. With just 3 letters. Do you mean like loco? I see loco. I see another one that I won't say out loud. But yeah. Big braining time, says the Most British Crow. Yeah. There'll be no derping today. You can't derp when you do puzzles. Puzzles are designed to make you derp before you get brain smart. So I'm going to have none of that nonsense in the chat. I'm seeing this as the starting point. Then if we get rid of that K, we have another one here. But we need to get rid of 2 for this one. Dum. So if we're using that one to unlock this one... Actually, look. Oh, I'll show. I don't know if we're supposed to start here, but I'll show. If we do that one, then we get a lock out of that going backwards. And now, actually, I think that was the trick right there, wasn't it? That was the trick. That was the absolute trick. Very, very gratifying puzzle. By the way, this game has a level editor. I think when I played it before, it didn't. I think they've added it now. So, there's a lot of replay value stashed in this. Starred puzzles are advanced puzzles. You can save them for later. Well, I think I could give it a go now. There's a starting point here. I mean, sometimes with these puzzles, there's only one place you can start, which is helpful, but we got 2 on this one. And looking top to bottom here, There's no lock, but there is on this side. There is there. So if we forego the two that we've seen already, by going here, we wouldn't have a lock across this one, and we wouldn't have one there. So I can't help but feel these are our two starting positions, and then we need to unlock other locks. Oh, actually, wait. Why did I not notice them up and down? Huh. Now my gut just says, well, if you looked left to right and it felt like that wouldn't work, maybe go up and down, because LOK, like that, is one. Interesting. Let's start here. But what do I get rid of? Because before I go across, I'm going to take that. But that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to end up with a lot more than that I want to clear out. Maybe we're not supposed to go top to bottom. If this one... There isn't a lot there. I'm not seeing a lot of, like, skip these middle ones and you can create the word, right? So we want to get rid of L, but we get rid of L by going up here. See, there, you could make... Ah, look, if we went that way across first, then we get to use this one here. So I think that L is going to be redundant, but that doesn't mean this is the correct order in which to do things, right? So the next one we would do would be like this. And then I think we've got to look for something similar in the other direction. So when we get rid of that LOK... Yeah, or maybe that's just enough. I think that might just be enough. So I'm going to go at the bottom. We're going to go up and put one there. Yeah, that was just enough. Okay, so that was the little thing we had to suss out, right? And we did it. All right, another question for you, chat. Oh, Callie says, I feel like I saw something about daily random puzzles too when glancing over the stream page. Yep, it has daily puzzles. So, you know, you get a lot of replay value out of this game. And, oh, this is the kind of thing I would dive head first, then rage quit and come back years later and get everything correct, says the most British cow. Yeah, I would say, though, like, when you have that rage quit, like, that's not the attitude to have, like, with these games. It's easy to get angry and, like, quit. But I think sometimes it's better to, like, try and cool off and, like, all right, you're getting stuck. Like, let's just let go of that and, like, it'll come back to you, you know? Once you have a break. Your eyes need a break sometimes, and then you come back to it and you're like, ah. You start to see it fresh again. Yo, Maddie, welcome to the chat. But chat, like, how you liking seeing these puzzles solved? Are you following along? Is it making sense? How am I doing? I would like to know. Because we're getting to some complex ones here. So, there's actually locks all over the place here. In fact, it's continuous, right? With a K and an L at the top. Now, the trick is, if I go that way, we've broken this one here. If I started at the bottom, we would break that one. So I think there might be a way in which you end up using like an LOK this way. So if we took this one, I mean, sometimes it's good to just start placing them down, then you start to like get an intuition for it. Queen Alex says, I just got here, I have no idea what's happening. That is to be expected all stream long. Very neat solutions every time so far, says Callie. I think we're at the stage where the solutions are quite, like, locked in. There's only one way to do it. X, do you have a degree in therapy? I do not have a degree in therapy. It looks like an epic game, but with my dyslexic brain, I'd rather do one that has numbers. Well, that's interesting, because you could essentially replace the letters for numbers, right? Or symbols. I thought it was curious they decided to go with letters in this game, because they don't have to spell real words, and it's not a word game. These could be symbols, these could be numbers. So, like, I reckon you could play it. Just gotta realize that the letters are not, you know, for saying words. All right, check this out. Something just popped Something just popped for me. So look, L-O-K. That does mean that then I'm not using one of these down here, but the fact that I could do that next kind of made that jump out to me. Then we can do L-O-K going upwards on the left if I put one here. This might be entirely wrong, but we'll give it a shot. Because now when we do that, we know we're going to get rid of this one here. I think this... Is this going to leave us one... No. I think we've done it. Let's go take out that. Yeah, we've done it. Alright. We've done it. It wasn't that hard. Just had to get started, you know. I thought I had to think it through a lot. Maybe this one I'll have to think through a lot, because now we're in a grid. And grids are like, oh. There's our first LOK, right? There's another one here. And over there. But apart from that, they're all vertical. They're not going left to right. So one of those will be our first. Now, if I take out this one, it sort of makes the top and the bottom look redundant. There's also a lack of O's across the bottom, so we're not going to do anything left to right here, and there's no L at the top, so we're not going to do anything left to right there. So that, to me, says maybe we don't start there. But we definitely need to be taking these ones out across the top. Like, the O will go because it's not a starting spot, right? Like, I could almost... I don't think this is the best first move, but I reckon I could reliably take out that O. And then we've pretty much got to take out everything up there. But we might want to do those last. So, that's... I feel like... Well, the O's... Again, the O's are just the wrong spot here, right? Perhaps this one could come downwards. And then if these K's are out, you'd go lock left to right. I'm gonna flip this up. I just noticed there's another lock here. And it feels like it would open up other things better. Because if I take out that L, then we've got a lock going left to right. Probably going to have to get rid of everything down the bottom, but there could be a lock going upwards. That one's taken out, there definitely would be. I don't think there's ever going to be a lock going up here or left to right, so that's a safe one to take out, that corner piece. We've got an LOK here, and we know the top left's probably going to be a safe one. But what we want to do is go across like that. And I can't go upwards until we clear out another O. No, actually, wait. That one next? LOK like that. So now we've unlocked the one left to right. Then we've got one bottom left going upwards. Then we'll have one middle going upwards. And I think that makes this one here pretty much redundant. Okay, so now we're going to do that. There's no LOK going left to right here. Both of those going up are going to get used. I'm getting this sinking feeling like this isn't the solution. Because we've got two more locks to make. Oh, no, wait. There's another trick here, right? So if I do that one first, and then take the next one second... We're going to be one shy. Are we going to be one shy? No, this is it. Look. Aha. Well, we did it. We did it, chat. Okay. Now you'll notice that this area has some letters on it. So let's go... Let's press the right button first. We'll come back to that. All right, so this is the second area. Let's go and do the first puzzle because we've got a new word. So the new word is called Tlak. Or Tlak. How should I say it? In my head I always said Tlak, but it's Tlak, I think. Yo, G-Stav, I'm 8 minutes late, but thank you so much for your Prime subscription. 109 months is absolutely amazing. Thank you for staying part of the 100 Club. Much appreciate your support, and hope you're enjoying your time in the dungeon. This one's super simple, right? Like, you can see where the first word is. Now, it lets you black out two adjacent tiles. So what I can't do is pick this one and that one. They have to be next to each other. And now you realize that, oh, those 4 spaces, that's kind of easy. All right. Now, when we press the right button, we can see that we have 2 words now. And we'll get more as we go. And we can also get hints, which we desperately want to avoid using. So let's go back to this area. You'll see this is the part we're currently on here. Right? And then that one is this part of the world map. And we've got puzzles to solve here. We've got puzzles to solve. Also, a moment ago, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it had a number on the side there, but that number's disappeared. Like 1 out of 6 in the other one. So now this like level board becomes a puzzle of itself. So you can see there's LOK going upwards. In order to get LOK going... Okay, this is really simple, actually. Because in order to get the second one, you got to go... Oh, that's interesting. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, now it lets me. Okay, it was like zipping all over the place. It's that one that I would like to get rid of so that we can get rid of the one in the corner. And it's doing it again. Look, it's zipping around. Okay. World completed. So once you've done all the puzzles, you do a couple more on the puzzle layout, and then you get a key. And what the key is used for, I do not know. We need to find out. I suppose the point in the game where using letters instead of numbers or random symbols doesn't make sense. Yes, Callie, you're seeing it, I think, if I read your message correctly. Like, the letters could be anything. They could also be colors, right? Like, you just need to know the differences of the tile and what order you use them in. And there will be overlap. Well, here's our first overlap, right? So we got Talak. But we're not competing yet. We're not deciding, does that L become part of Talak or LOK? We're not doing that yet. This one's super simple because Talak has to be used adjacently, and we have 2 tiles left at the top after using LOK. Bear says, "Congratulations, mate. You got a key." Sorry, Bear. I'll apologise every time I do that. Also, the voice isn't quite there for that today, it feels like. So we take out a Talak here, and then we get 2 adjacent tiles. That doesn't bridge the gap for LOK. But if we put them here like that, then we would be able to do those 2. So the first place we're going to put them is going upwards, so that we can use this Talak to get them across. And then LOK can come in and take out the last tile. Very good. Literally no words for that, mate, says Bear. Bear, I'm going to read all... Whatever you type into chat, it gets read like that now. Well, you misread that horribly. That was the opposite of my point. I meant using letters does make sense because they can appear in multiple words in different orders, so numbers are out of the window, and random symbols would be horribly confusing, says Callie. Oh, okay. Well, think about it again, because you're wrong. Like L, if L was the color blue, it would still be blue. You would have like red, well, I said blue. All right, blue, red, orange for those, right? Then when it's in TLAK, you know, the T would be a different color. Or their numbers, like 1, 2, A is 3, K is 4. O maybe is 5. So you know if you go 1, 3, 5, or whatever order they're in, right? They're just pieces of information. Yeah, you could change, like, if you look at the words on the side, if you change the L to a color, it would be the same color in Talak and LOK. If you changed it to a symbol, it would be the same in both. Maybe the reason that they chose to do this with letters is perhaps the brain is just better at remembering a sequence of letters, like multiple ones, than it is sequences of colors or symbols. So, yeah, this could be anything, but maybe the fact that it's letters is what helps you remember a little better. Right, let's do the puzzle. So Talak top to bottom could fill in those 2 tiles. That seems like instinctive, but then where are you going to create a LOK or another Talak? You've only got 1 T on this level, though, and 1 A. Maybe you don't use Talak at all. I'm not sure. But I'm struggling to locate our first move if it isn't Talak. Oh, do you know what? I see it now. I see it immediately and where to go. So it's about to say, like, what if we blocked out like one of these letters on the side, then we can make lock? Well, it's the same position on each side, so clearly you use that adjacently, like so. So we saw the way the puzzle was trying to direct us to these two tiles, but that wasn't the way to solve it. I like that. You know, sometimes I've played puzzle games where the tools you're given to solve it help you solve it immediately because it's like there's a narrow, you know, array of options. But I like the misdeception. And once you see the deception, it's like, ah. Callie says, yes, the brain thing, that's what I meant. All right, I get you now, I get you. Yeah, and I agree, actually. Yeah, I think that's probably why they picked words. I mean, letters. You could probably use symbols, colors, but like when do we ever like see sequences of colors? Like we see numbers, but they always represent like a total value. Symbols would probably be second best, I reckon, to letters. All right. Things are getting more complicated. We've got a Talak going that way. We have a Talak going this way. A lock at the bottom and a lock at the top. It's very much saying use these left to right. If we look up and down, there isn't any other locks or Talaks available. So I'm pretty sure we're doing that. Now, if we filled in this one with the top lock, which is actually the starting move, we would get the Talak. Or we put it there. But does it really make a difference? It does. Let me tell you why. Because if we took what looked like the easier one here, we would have to put 2 in a row. And that wouldn't help us get the next lock, and it wouldn't help us get this Talak. So we're going to take this Talak, and we're going to use it vertically, because then it gives us this Talak, but also reduces the gap here from 3 to 2, which is the amount that Talak will clear, and that allows us to grab lock and chuck it up here. Words become one thing to remember after, rather than a sequence of many. Get ya? Yeah, it becomes one thing in our mind. We tend to not think of like orange, blue, red, green as like a solid thing in our head, right? And maybe with flags, maybe you could say flags might be a good way to do it. You know, like if you think of like the French flag or this flag, like with the bars of color, like that might kind of help you bridge that gap. G-Staff says, I think it's going to vary from person to person. Some colors could work well like flags. Oh, you're literally thinking on the same wavelength, but not for the colorblind. Likewise, letters can be very confusing for the dyslexic. Shapes could work, but somewhat limited and get very hard past octagons. I'm finding it a bit of a stretch to find words being difficult, but there's not a crazy amount of words overall. You end up with like 5 or 6, I think, in total. So, you know, like one of the things is, yeah, we might individually struggle with stuff, but if we keep telling ourselves we struggle with it and that limits us from having a go, you might have a go at something like I'm not great with word games like cryptic clues and crosswords. That stuff crushes me, but I'll always give it a try. And I know it's a weakness for me. It's actually one of the reasons I looked at this game and thought, this probably ain't gonna work. But I played it anyway, and I was like, oh, this is delightful. The letters aren't even letters, really. Like, I thought it was gonna be like crosswordy stuff, and it wasn't. So, anyway, that was my own experience with this. Right, we got 2 options here. Thinking on the same wavelength of color, question mark. Oh no, I meant flags. Like, I literally just thought about flags, and then G-Stab put it in their message as I was reading. Right, we got Talaks going up and down, and a lock going across the bottom. Now, I think, let's say you use this Talak, you clear 2 tiles, then you use the next one, and it all of a sudden becomes messy as to where you're going to clear it. So, what I think is, if you take lock, and you put that one there, then there's 2 tiles, and both of them are adjacent each time. Why did that cancel out? Like that, and then this one here goes over there and goes upwards. Very simple. That was a pun? Thinking on the same wavelength of color. I don't know what the pun is. Completing the word gives you a free space. Interesting game, Xisuma. Just joined. Hello, says Mr. BK. Welcome, yeah. Yeah, you got it. We got 2 words so far. So, for all of you who are tuning in and possibly slightly confused, we got 2 words, lock and talak. When we complete them, lock lets us eliminate a tile. Talak will allow us to eliminate 2 adjacent tiles. Now, I can get a lock going upwards if I put that there. I can also get it from this one if the one there is already done. So without thinking about it too much, I'm just going to start on that premise. And I think now I see the solution because, remember, talak will need 2 tiles adjacent to one another. So left to right and then there goes downwards. Very simple. Colors are different wavelengths of light. Oh, okay, got ya. Got ya now. Are we talking about the album cover of Pink Floyd, like Dark Side of the Moon? Yeah, I guess we are. Ironically, then, colors is a number. 385 is the best wavelength. I'm totally off of it now. I don't know what's going on. Let's go at this again. Right. We've got lock here. But we don't have lock going upwards. Although we would if we got rid of that L, which would unlock talak left to right. You know, again, I think I'm just going to, like, follow this time what my eyes go to first. Now, that allows us to do a lock and a talak. If I get rid of this here... Oh, I think I see it. Yeah, I think I see it. So, like, if I get rid of that and fill in this gap, then talak fills in 2 adjacent to one another. And then you've got a lock left over. Yeah, it gets pretty instinctive. Like, I'm trying to explain, like, all the options, but then sometimes you're like, hey, if I do that one, it'll probably be this one, and then you start to see the solution. All right, now we gotta do the hard levels, right? So we got a lock here, we got a lock there. If we take this one out, we get one going down. We got the talak, which... also left to right at the bottom, which is interesting. And if we take the talak, we end up with OOK. Now, I could probably get away with that. And then if I do that and knock something else out... yeah, I got a feeling this one's going to trip me up. It could be that we don't use the talak and that we make a lock going all the way across. So there's going to be a lock going up. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. I think you're not supposed to use the talak, right? Reason being that it gets you to avoid 2 letters or 2 tiles. And if we avoided 1 less tile, we could go up like that. But then that would leave us with a complete solution. And I don't know what happens in that scenario, actually. I can't remember. Maybe we use these locks to... we'll try and make a lock across here. Which would involve taking out 3 in the middle. And then we need to take that T out. So if I start here... do that. I don't like this already, actually. Because now the lock there... okay, we've got one coming down. So... how close are we going to get here? Actually, no, that's it. Okay, that's it. I couldn't see all the steps, but that was it. It's like when you have played Minesweeper for a while, you just stop thinking about it, says Queen Alex. Yeah, that's probably a good analogy. Do I pronounce talak? Yeah, I tried to say talak earlier, but I just have to put an extra A in. It's just how my brain works. X, this is my first season of Hermitcraft. Thank you for all that you do and the work behind the scenes. I have appreciated this finding, says PLD fanboy. My dude, welcome to the Hermitcraft community. Thanks for the message. I appreciate it. It's always crazy seeing new people tuning in after we've been around for so long, you know. Still no koala. That is not one of the words that comes up. The future words that we'll see will do interesting stuff as well. Alright, so another hard one. There is a talac across the top and one across the middle if you choose to you know, get there. Where are we going to start here? Like, we've got a lock here that unlocks the second one, right? Let's just start with what's in front of us. I don't know if we want to actually use the talax, right? So if our next lock is like that, you see, we might use that one there. In fact, I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna roll with it. Let's. Oh, it wants me to get rid of 2 in a row. I like looking a little more and thinking ahead. That one next. Then maybe one up here. This is not gonna work. Yeah, so that doesn't work. Let's restart. I reckon we probably started in the right spot. Go there. I think it might be that using the talac across the top is the one that's going to throw us off. So let's say we started to... Well, if I did start to eliminate those letters, we get the O and the O here are kind of useless looking, right? So maybe the trick is not to go for that lock. Let's go for this talac first. Then maybe those are the last 2 O's available. Although if I get rid of that A, then we can put a lock here. We've got a lock there, remember? That K is not going to be useful. And yeah, I think we're stuffed. We definitely have to use a talac. Okay, this feels like a safe bet to take that one. You need what I think there's a hint here. You need another lock to get the K at the top. If I take that now, and then we do talac, we're just left with 2 letters after. I wonder if I get rid of that L somehow. Oh no, I want that for talac. Okay, so let's say we start this way around. Still thinking about that K at the top. I want that L, but I'd like to use that lock there, or this one here. Okay, maybe we go back a step. We take this one. I can get rid of one of the O's, but not the other one. Dang, this is a tricky cookie. Is there another lock here that I'm overlooking? Maybe we start... Oh, wait. That's... Okay, I think we were doing the right thing in the wrong... But with the wrong locks, because... What did I want to do again? I think I wanted to do this. No. Oh, I lost it. I thought I had it. You were right, says Donaldo. I'm not sure I was. Maybe I didn't quite see the last step. Where did I start then? I kind of went... Oh, wait. I started that way, right? I started that way. Okay. No. I want to use that L coming downwards, right? So I have to use this talac first. Maybe there's like a bit of a thing to this. Like, you're going to get distracted. You're going to look in the wrong direction. Oh no, that makes no sense, because I want the talac across the top. Right, I think this might come down to just experimentation until you get there at this point. Because I am not getting it, am I? Let's start with this one. feel like I'm just going to repeat myself very easily. See, I've got this instinct to get rid of those, but it just puts us in the same position each time. So clearly that's not it. That being said, if I go back a step and I pick that, and then go here, I do actually get myself like an extra lock. But there's no Talak after that. Actually, wait. Oh my god, look! No. Oh, I thought it was an L! Thought I had it! No! Oh, fool. You have to use the Talak. You have to use the Talak, I'm pretty sure. So... Oh no, that's the wrong L. That's what I keep struggling with. Okay, so maybe we start like that, and then where would these two go? Well, I like the idea of taking that out, but... We do have another... Okay, I'm going to take those two letters out, because we do have multiple locks here. A would have to go. Oh no, now I'm using the A. Sorry, the L. Yeah, so that doesn't work. My god, this one's a brain teaser, isn't it? Best is trial and error time. I didn't do the voice. I didn't do the voice. Let's say we decide that this one here is not one we're going to use. I have to make more than 3 others, really. This is feeling messy. I think it's somewhere it's somewhere here at the beginning. I'm just doing it wrong. Let's try something different. Wait. Wait! Wait! Oh. That got tough. It's so gratifying when you finally get it, though. I don't want to take as much on this next one. Neepa says, I just tuned in. You got no clue what this game is all about. It's a puzzle game about making letters, LOK and Talak. And when you make LOK, you get to black out one tile. When you do Talak, you get to block out 2 adjacent ones. So let's jump into this one without thinking about it too much. We've got a lock right there, and we probably want to unlock a Talak. Let's go and unlock a Talak next, since we can see that. And then if I go that way to that way, we get a lock on either side. Which would give us... Yeah, I think we can get another lock out of this. Oh wow, this looks like we've just jumped straight into the solution. Wow. You know, I guess if the first moves you make go in the right direction, you narrow down the amount of moves after it. Alright, now we get to go Talak downwards, maybe. That seems obvious. Then lock this way, and then you're left with TLK. But... Well, let's do lock first, because we do get to black out a tile. Is that the right one? Yeah, that was. So then this one will black out that way. And we've solved that. I've done 11 out of 6. Yay. Now, that number disappeared on the first area, but it's there on the second. I don't know why that is. Now it's disappeared on that one. Is that a bug? It disappears once you go to the next area. Let's zoom out. Yo, Chapter Corey, thank you for 57 months, my dude. Appreciate you coming in with the subscription. 8. If we get 8 keys, we get to go to that area there. We get to go there. Mr. says satisfying solution. It was. Alright, we're learning a new word, right? We got lock, we got Talak, and it says trust the learning process. I know what the word is. It's ta. And that's the one that blacks out all other letters that are the same. That's interesting. So if I go take out E, I get one more TA, and then that one takes out T. But remember, it was all of the same. So let's just do an example. And then let's do another example. So it took out 4, and this one can take out 3. Now, G and H weren't used in on our words. They're just like, you know, some other letters. S isn't used as well. Now, is there a lock in here? I think there is. So let's go like that. Get rid of the S's. Then the lock will reveal the last tile is A. Oh my god, we're going so quick again. I am not seeing any other words other than TA, and they're all left to right. So if we got rid of the blank tiles, we could make the next TA. And then T with an E. Look, drink your cups of tea. There's a very simple one right there. I've got a cup of tea. It's cold now. Ta. Oh yeah, no, it should probably be ta. What was I saying? Was I saying T the whole time? Is my brain that derped? TA, what did I say? Jeez, if I was saying T, I mean, that's wild. We need a stream replay. Ta is also a Czech word. I know it over here is like thank you. You say ta. Ta. Say ta more than ta. Right, we've got a lock, but that could be a talak. Kind of the same up the top though. So if I went like that. Oh, do you know what? I've completely forgotten what word we're using predominantly at the moment. So I could get talak, but then where's my next TA? Well, I've used it, so that's not the way you do it. That being said, what if you did that? And then this to get rid of all the blank tiles. I do that instinctively because if you get rid of the blank tiles, that's a lot of tiles you're getting rid of that, you know, talak and lock would not be able to do. And so we just breezed into a solution there. Got a lock at the bottom. Got a talak here with an E in the way. Got a fled. Fled the crime of the seam I did. What? Right. Talak going down as well. Which would get us closer to the talak that way, but it would eliminate the lock. I mean, we've got to use TA in here. So we've got that one there, and we've also got TA this way. The thing that strikes me about this one is that you have F and D that you need to get rid of. So I think the A, TA, is going to be used to target E, because there's 2 of them in different positions. So imagine that the E's are gone. It makes me think this talak becomes a little more accessible. If the lock across the bottom got rid of that A, then where would we get our TA from? No, maybe it's like this. This doesn't feel right, but I'll give it a shot. Actually, no, it feels very right. It feels very right because we get 2 letters left when we do talak. Oh, the next world is unlocked. We did that so quick. Should we do some harder puzzles? It's hard to take X seriously when he uses the word predominantly and talak in the same sentence. So it should be hard to take me seriously in general. Mad Skill says... Oh, wait, that was the one I read. Arias says, crime of the scene you did. Do you mean the scene of the crime? Did I say it back to front? That's just one of my many features. I'm here for your amusement, remember? Okay. Lock across the middle. Then we unlock TA immediately after. But, like, what letter would you want to get rid of at that point? So... we don't have talak or lock there. So if I got rid of, like... There's another TA here as well. So if I get rid of one letter and then eliminate K and L, we're kind of left with zeros. Maybe I should eliminate... I feel like I'm 1 short. But we'll give it a try. So if I eliminate an L, then this one should go eliminate O's. That one, yeah, look, like 1 short. So if we start over, I think we want to use 2 locks. This one does the same thing, as in, like, you unlock the TAs. It's an interesting place to put it. There isn't another, like, lock. Is there a Talak? There's a Talak. Down here, there is a Talak. And then there is a... Okay, let's run Talak. Because if I go like these two, then we get the TA. However... There's no other move other than TA, and it locks us out. But it's like, if I could have that lock first... Well, there you go. If I have the lock first, I can get rid of L and K. Talak... Okay, I got it. I think I got it. So we get rid of that K. Talak... These two. And then TA for the O's. We did it! We done diddly did it, chat! Brain smarts. Can I get some brain smart emotes in chat? Let's get a little update. How y'all liking this? You enjoying watching it? Tell me what you think. Do you understand what's going on? You got a question? Let's have a little moment. Let's communicate, chat. Got those brain smarts emotes going in the chat. I love it. Bear says, Matty, I genuinely have no idea where the bear voice has come from. The bear voice, mate. Neither do I. It just popped into my head. Really fun watching you figure out each puzzle. Oh, dude, I'd love to hear that. Am I excited for MCC? Absolutely. Absolutely. That'll come around quicker than I know. You understand, but you're also here since the beginning. Yes, yes. Very interesting game. You wishlist it. Awesome. You have no clue what's going on, came in late. Vogel, we are using words to solve puzzles. Lock will eliminate another tile. Talak will eliminate 2 adjacent tiles, and TA will eliminate all tiles remaining of the letter of your choosing. So, what word can I draw first? It's probably just TA. So if I do TA and I'm like, let's get rid of all the L's disappear. Let's not do that though. Let's get rid of all the A's so that we can do lock. Right, and that allows me to do 1. So I can get rid of that. But that won't work to solve the whole puzzle because now we can't make any more words, right? So we've got to figure out how to do this in a particular order. Now, one thing I've just noticed, if I go TA this way and get rid of L, then I can go TA that way and get rid of K. Then I can go TA this way and get rid of O. So sometimes if you just look at the arrangement of the letters when you're focusing on one word, you'll see like there's an order in which you can do things. That's what just happened. It looks fun but seems difficult, says Hilma. I'd say, you know, if you're interested in playing it and you get it, I would say the difficulty curve is there. It does get difficult, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. You can really sink your teeth into it. And there's lots of levels. There's daily puzzles, so you can kind of take a break and just come back later, which I find to be helpful. I am just like looking and seeing whatever's in front of me. Now, it might have seemed like we just did it, but you have to also use the last tiles if you're left with them. So that was probably not it. Okay, we've got a tar going that way and a tar going this way. So we can get rid of, let's say, 2 more letters. Let's try this. Let's try getting rid of that A. Oh, that might have been the wrong A to get rid of. Yeah, that was the wrong A to get rid of. Let's get rid of that A. Oh, now I can't use lock. Which is why I used it that way. Does this idea that I've got even work? Oh, it does. Look, if I get rid of the other A's... Look, I'm just messing around, right? In a small layout like this, there's only so many things you can do, and so by experimenting, you sometimes just stumble in the right direction, and then you sort of see the last bits, right? How is Talak a word, says Estalian. I don't know, but it makes me think of, like, Romulans and Vulcans for some reason. Yeah, I know, I'm a Harry Potter nerd, I've read all the books. God, shut up. Vulcans and Romulans, oh, jeez. Right, I love puzzle games because you have to think about how to solve them for them to work. Yeah, that's what I love about it too. It engages your brain, right? So, if that's like this game embraged, it embraged my game. What? Jeez, what was I trying to say there? You can see there's some talax, some locks and talax, but remember, TA is the theme of these puzzles, so I can't help but feel that we want to kind of go in that direction. So, like, I could get that TA, but there's 2 T's here and 2 A's there. That's another thing that's caught my attention. Maybe I should have gone for that one, so I can then do that. Now I can't... Talak will do 2 letters. But... Oh, whoopsie. Okay, never mind. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm using TA. I forgot what I was using. Maybe that is a good thing. Oh, there's another TA down here now. And unfortunately, that doesn't solve it. Interesting. There's TAs all over the place. That's not what I was trying to do. Let's take that Talak to get rid of that. And that doesn't help either, does it? Okay, let's go back a step. What if I... just going to be left over with a T now. It feels like that lock in the middle is the starting place somehow. I guess I could do that first. Let's say I went that way around. If I got rid of the K's, it doesn't unlock the next TA. And that TA won't take out all of them. What if we started there? Kind of want to get rid of that. I can go downwards. This does not feel right, but it could be right. If I do that, then we're wrong again. No, that's not the solution. I said I thought that was the starting point here, didn't I? Maybe I was right. Let's take out the K's. Then we want to take out the L's. So take them out first. Yeah, it's one too many too quick. I think I'm using too many of the TAs, and we've got to use one in the form of a Talak. That's kind of my instinct here. So if I take out one thing at the top and then take out another 2, what would it be? Gonna try it this way around. Now, we've done that before, haven't we? I am not getting this puzzle. Talak sounds like the lack of tea. Or do you mean it would just be lack? Matty says we're stunned. What, do you see the solution? And you're screaming it. You're like, it's right there, X. It's right in front of you, buddy. Where's my next... if I get rid of K... Oh, that's interesting. No, it's not. Because it doesn't make any sense. I feel like it's definitely not Talak across the bottom that we start with. Oh, hello. Hello. There it is. Eventually we got it. We just had to get off to the right start and then it fell into place. 11 out of 7. I got me another key. Oh, no, wait. What? I thought I just did the hard ones. Oh, it's going to get more punishing. Are you kidding me? There's U's on here. How dare you? I-O-U. We got the lock here. We got a ta. I don't know where to start. Which probably means I should just start doing something rather than nothing. If I get rid of L, then I can do another TA. That does not feel like the way to go. Let's do lock first. If I see, oh no, there isn't a lock. I thought there was another lock. Okay, so that gives me 2 more TAs, but I have the U and the I, and the K and the O. Is there another combination nestled in here? There isn't. It's lock and 2 TAs. I'm pretty sure they are the only words we can make, right? T-L-A-K. Oh, actually, no. All right, so... Ah, I see it. I see it. So there is a talak in here, which eliminates the K of the L, but we would get one on the right-hand side. So let's eliminate I. Oh, no, no, no. Let's go back. Let's eliminate you, because we might need this left to right bit here. Talak. Oh, that's it. That's it. I did the left to right bit correctly, and then lock gives us O. Oh, so clever, X. Jeez, right. There's clocks in this level. Look, clock. And attack. Oh my god, wait. Have we got to attack a clock? We got to talk to the lock about the clock that gets attacked. I did not expect to see that. Talk, lock, clock, attack. It's right there. Okay, actually, I might leave that up on the screen. It's nice to look at. We've got a TA at the top. We've got a TA, like 3 TAs. How many other letters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we could eliminate some of those other letters, we could use the TAs last, but that doesn't look really that possible. Kind of feels to me like we have to start with a TA though. And I'm not... no, I don't think I see a talak anywhere. There's no talakage that's going to happen, so it's going to be locks. So what TA lets us get a lock? I'm going to start bottom left. If we get rid of C, I reckon we'll see some locks. Yeah, we do. We do. We got that one. Oh, wait. Is this almost over straight away? Oh, no. Not quite. Not quite. Not quite, I say. Yeah, I just realised we've been sitting for over an hour here. I think that means it's time to stand, right? Yo, what? Why is filter keys? Oh my god, my controller is on the keyboard. I do not want filter keys, I'm sorry. Don't say it that fast, X. You may get non-PG. I'm very aware of the possibility of saying a non-PG word. It haunts my dreams. The inhumanity. No one would watch me ever again. He said a naughty word. Naughty boy. Right, what are we doing? So it looks like a good start. Like, I can take out that K. The TAC can take out the L. But you see the problem with that, right? I reckon... Let's go back a step. Let's take that out. Is this madness? Because, like, the bottom TA could just do the K, right? Maybe we start with a different TA. Might get us going. And we reckon C first. That could be a mistake. I think it'd be unlikely that it's a C first. Now, we've got 2 more TAs, which can do one of the 3 letters. Oh, do you know what it is? I see it now. You just take out the other O, and then all you're left with is Ks and Ls. Brilliant, brilliant. Brilliant. You see what we did there? We used the brain smarties. Alright, we've got MJ up in this one. No secret words here. Oh yeah, there's hints. We haven't used any hints yet. We've got a TA right there. TA going downwards. What else am I not seeing? LOK. So if we do that, we've got LOK going left to right. I see no Actually, there's 2 Talax going upwards here. Curious place to put 2 of them side by side. Let's get rid of the J, because I see J a lot. And then because there's a lot of D's, it makes me think that we'd have to get rid of them as well. That might be like a misdirection, though. Okay, so if I go here and do that, and then I go up, right. Now, the lock could get rid of D, and we'd have 2 other tiles. The problem is, they have to go 2 in a row, right? So when we did that Talak, we did... Oh, I've already forgotten what we did. Was it the Ds? Now, we could go left to right as long as both of those are filled in, which won't happen. So I think we took out 3 Js. There's also 3 Ds. So let's take out 3 Ds and look how this becomes different. There's the J left to right at the top, but there's no other like left to right movement for the Talax. So does that mean that that is like a misdirection type thing, right? Let's say we go back to that and we choose M. There's only 2 M's. And I'm pretty sure this means we're going to run out of stuff to get rid of. I can see already. This is a perfect demonstration. Oops, that's not what I was trying to do. Yeah, we're left with 1 over. So it could be that there is a solution there. And honestly, it's hard for me to like... We'll come back to that idea if this other one doesn't work, because it really looks like that would be the way. But if we get rid of L's, you see, we're going to leave ourselves with an extra O and a K, because we've got 2 more TAs now, and we've got D and J and M. That really does not feel like the right direction to go. Interesting. So maybe there was actually a way to do this when I took out the D's and the J's and stuff, but I just didn't see it. Wait a minute. If I... Okay, no. Actually, yeah. Right, if I take out that... Wait a minute, this is... How did we not see that before? Maybe before I'd figured out what we were doing, because we started with D, I didn't really see it. Interesting. That was all of them! Yo, we did those quick! We did them quick, son! Maybe removing the 3Ds instead of 2Ms would work, yeah. It's really difficult to picture this game mentally. Matty, that I reckon is so. When you're here moving the thing around and able to interact with it, it feels like quite easy to explore, but if you're just starting with nothing in front of you, I imagine it's not quite so. Let's look at this. So TA there, get rid of L. TA, get rid of... Oh, yeah, wait. TA, get rid of L. Nope. TA, get rid of L. What? But I'm trying to do the puzzle, man. What's going on? TA, get... No. TA, get rid of L. TA... No. Oh, my God, it keeps sliding. Get rid of V. TA gets rid of... Why does it do that? Cursor? A. There we go. World complete. We got 3 keys. We're so brain smarty over here. Welcome back, Estelian. Can anyone explain the madness of this game, says Xander. I can explain the madness of the game. It's probably about time we did that as we get introduced to a new word. So tiles with the letter X are conductors. That means you can think of them as a tile that you simply pass over, right? Now, when you create the word lock, as we just did, you get to eliminate 1 tile. Well, we use that to eliminate the conductor. All right, another word that we have learned in our arsenal of words is talak, which gets rid of 2. Can you guess what's going to happen when we go to the conductor here? Well, conductor allows you to shift from going in a straight line. Allows you to go around like that. So, then we do this. That one solved itself. All right, so now we can go down and across. Except we didn't make the word lock. Whoops. Get rid of that one. come down here, go that way, get rid of that one. All right. TA, which we haven't encountered just yet, is the ability to remove any letter. Now, we can make Talak right off the bat. That's 2 tiles in a row, remember? Let's go left to right, and then TA appears, and we can get rid of all the X's that we just used to navigate. So, what's the increasing level of complexity that we just added? X's allow us to navigate around the board a little differently. So now the complexity of the solutions basically goes up a little bit. We do have a TA straight off the bat. If we did that, it might give us another one, but it probably doesn't. I mean, that would then almost give us Talak. Or maybe make Talak like that. Which would actually leave us... Oh, wait. I get it. So if we start there to get rid of those two, then we can use the other Talak to get rid of what? Oh, X's. And then TA gets rid of the final X. I thought TA was going to get rid of all the X's. Alright, so we got a lot of letters. Where do we start? I kind of wish the X's were like a different color or something. I feel like I want them to stand out a little more because you look at them differently than regular letters. But hey, it is what it is. Resource pack, hello, we need that. If we get rid of that K, we could get a lock. Where do we start here? I don't actually see where the first word comes from, which is kind of weird. Unless I'm thinking about it wrong, perhaps, and it's like that. Yeah, that was it. Okay. So we could bring another L out here. So I'm just sort of following what feels right. Then, dude, this is solving itself, right? You follow it. Each one leads to another thing. Now we can go and get the TA for the X. Beautiful stuff! Beautiful stuff! Yeah, using TA to get rid of X is a common thing. Right, we've got a Talak straight off the bat. We don't have anything else? Pretty sure we don't have anything else. So if that's the first thing we're going to do, and TA needs to be used to get rid of the X's, we're going to need to get rid of this O to make TA, and LOK will get rid of that O. So LOK can go around in a circle. I don't know what to get rid of here. I can do that, but then this reaches a dead end, right? So it feels like it can't be that. Can I start somewhere else here? Am I making a mistake? LOL. LOL. That's definitely where you start. Could the A thing here be like a misdirect? I don't think it could be. I could get rid of the O and the K. Yeah, well, I'm not seeing this one. Huh. If we remove X, does the stream end? Oh my god, I just realised I feel really dehydrated. Stand up for a few minutes and then it's like, whoa. Stallion says, I usually love puzzle games, but I feel I should have watched this one from the beginning. Oh yeah, the earlier puzzles would have made these ones made a lot more sense. This should, right now though, this should be fairly easy to look at and see what's going on because we've got so little to deal with. Maybe that talak is like a misdirection and there is actually something else you can do. But it doesn't feel like it. You can't make a lock there. You can make a lull. It really does feel like that is the only place to start. And you don't want to make the mistake of like putting yourself in that corner and then spending ages looking at the wrong thing. That's something you don't want to do. There really is just that lock right there, which you get to by going around in a circle, but the A is in your way. Now, if you take out the bottom X's, you can't make the lock anymore. Like, it sort of strikes me as maybe you do that. Then you can go get your lock. Like, if you do something different here to get another word, you need TA to get rid of the X's at the very end. You can also use the other K instead of that one. Oh, genius! There you go, Maddie, you got it. That has to be it, right? Because now we can take these two X's out. Oh, Maddie, you solved it with your brain smarts. Well done, my dude. Well done. I mean, I was right, and I talked about how you can sometimes look at something and lock yourself in a corner. I had the right idea, but I locked myself in a corner by not seeing that other K. Well done, well done. You get some, what do they call them? Brownie points or something. You get some gold stars. T and A, you want to connect them, but you actually can't. No, you can connect them if V and L are out of the way. So, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing you can make lock for... Oh, this one's easy. That wasn't hard. So, probably a few too many, too little elements in that one. Leg. We don't use E, we don't use G. So those letters are going to go, right? But how do we get rid of them? Where do we start? I'm seeing a talak. The only word I've found is that. Didn't I say we don't want E and G? Now, that doesn't let me make lock, does it? So maybe not. Well, does it? L... No, I can make LKO. Ah, I see it. I see it. I see it. We go downwards here to go up. So now we can get rid of one of the X's, I guess? And that just means TA gets rid of the rest of them. Pretty simple. Goldfish, you're good, says I'm so confused. If you got a question, ask it. I'll happily explain what's going on here. Okay. We got a lock. I don't think it could become a talak. But we do have TA there. TL, sorry. Which could go down and become an AK. So we do have talak if we fill in these two. Lock looks like it's the one that's going to kick things off. We can also make lock from somewhere else. Let's just go into this on the presumption that that lock is like a misdirection. Because that... Oh, look, and if we came back that way, we could then make another lock. Okay, I'm going to fill in these two because we've got two locks. And my instinct is that... Whoops. Then you do talak. Which also, look, there's... Oh, my God, see? You just follow one or two little things and it solves itself. Very nice, very nice. Are you trying to make real words? No, 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 we are not. We are making fake words. Made up words, even. The words are lock, talak, and ta. Lock will eliminate one other tile. Talak will eliminate two adjacent tiles. TA will eliminate all tiles of the same letter. Or lack of letter. So F, for example, we'll need to eliminate. And so will Z, because they are not used to make our words. As for the other letters, some of them might get eliminated, some of them might not. It's all about finding the solutions. Now, I'm immediately just seeing that. doesn't necessarily mean it's the first one we should do. I could also use the L to the side of it. And that would probably... well, it wouldn't get us to TA quicker, would it? TA will probably come last. If I could get rid of 2 letters here and there... Oh. I'm seeing some things. I'm seeing some things. Except, no, I'm not. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe I'm not. Maybe we'll start, like, with that. Okay, this LO here and coming up, it won't access a K. If I get rid of the Z, then we get to make Talak. And I kind of want them there, either side of the X at this point. So maybe that comes last? So if I take that and get rid of the X's early, then... Oh, look at this. Talak bridges the gap for LOK to take out the very last letter. So that time they're messing around with not leaving TA to the very end, which seems to be quite common. Talak and tat are Czech words. What do they mean in Czech then? Assuming the word lock is the Swedish word for locomotive. They've probably all got meanings in different languages, right? There'll be some. There's a lot of languages in the world. There'll be some language that has a meaning for it. Where do we start here? Where does the first word jump out at us? This T can't find an A. That T won't find an A. That one can find 2 A's. That is a curious way to start. I get rid of all the K's. Which I'm not saying feels like the right way to go about this. I get rid of the N. Like this, yeah, this feels messed up. Let's go back to the beginning. I feel like I want to make a lock at some point. L-O-K can swing back round to there. That makes it easier to get the next tar as well. Let's take out M. And for some reason I feel like I should go this way around. There's no other O, so we kind of know... There's only one O, so you'll only ever make one lock. I reckon it's possible to make a Talak. Except... No, there it is, right there. Okay. Except, because it's in a corner, you can't, like, go in and come back out, so maybe you can't make a Talak. There is a T down here, though. And again, the L is a corner, so... I don't think that's so. So what would this one do? We got one there. Another one here, if we took out the N. And so that's 2. We kind of need to eliminate S-R-L-K. 4, and we can only choose 1. So the idea of being able to use Talak or lock feels quite prevalent. Yo, let's go back a step. You remember I said I wanted to use that L there? Let's not, because then Talak TL, except we're going in the wrong direction, can't go onto the X. If the A wasn't there, we could swing around and pick it up. But then we'd need another A and another K. Or we use this T. T, L, A, and back across K. That will be our next move. That will be our next move. So now we've got S, R. Oh, do you know what? This might be quite easy now. There might not be much of a puzzle left to solve now. So let's not think about it too much. Because if I take out S and R, we actually only have one TA left. Okay. Take out the X. Not bad! Not bad! Anne says there, that should be a good explanation of the game for now. You can skip over black tiles and empty spots while making the word Talak ability if they don't exist. Yeah, I didn't mention that. Oh, you put a really big message further up. Yes, you have to use the entire board, and yeah, you black them out. I won't read it all, but yeah, it's a good point. I maybe haven't been saying that so much because it seems kind of obvious, I think. At least I would have thought it was obvious. Right, oh boy, where do we go from here? I mean, we've got 2 TAs to start with. If an F wasn't there, another one here. A lock there. These X's let you navigate a lot of space. I think the TA should probably be used to take out the white spaces. Let's do that first. Then we can look at the board a little differently. Now we got... If I can make it happen... Actually, if I did it that way around... I think Talak becomes a lot easier to create. So Talak starts up here. Okay, let's come back a step. Talak starts up here, goes down, goes across. That K isn't there. It's then got to get across that way and back round to that K. The thing is, the very last TA needs to be used to get rid of the X's on this level. So let's track that path again. It's going to come down across, and the TA is in the way. And if I use the lock to take out one of these, the Talak would take out the other 2. So it feels like I'm very much onto it. Oh my, that's really weird. Okay. So whatever way round I use TA, it blocks Talak coming out. So there's got to be something clever going on here that I haven't seen. And I thought for a second I might have saw it. In order to get to that K, you need to be in line with it, and the only way it's in line is from over here. So let's say we did, in fact, start with that. Now, this T blocks it, right? So, is there something clever I can do? Okay, again, the lock's got to be used. Maybe... There isn't a way for me to use that K instead of this one that I'm aware of. Goldfish, oh good, says it all just clicked in my brain. Awesome. Do you mean the concept or like this particular puzzle? Can we turn at black corners? I don't think so. Well, let's try then. Let's say we go... No, it skips you all the way across, right? No, it doesn't let you. Wait, did I do that right? That's a dead end too, actually. Huh. Well, there is another place to get an A. Then you're dead-ended there. I kind of didn't look at that correctly earlier. So maybe I've like accidentally sent myself completely in the wrong direction. It's entirely possible. Still feels very much though like this is the starting point. However, if we did that and got rid of this, then that changes the playing field a lot. So now when we pull this one out and we get rid of B, actually what are we getting rid of here now? I still think we're trying to use this. And then we come up against T again. So that lock we put on the F to get the TA. So everything we've done so far seems okay. But maybe... Is there another... No. If you get rid of the second T and the two X's on the left, the K on the top looks like the ending from top left. K-A... I don't know. It's hard to get. It's hard to figure out. Can I start the words here and get to a different destination? No, I get to the same letter. So we've got two TAs, one for the X and one for something else. That's why it feels like you absolutely have to use these letters here. And there's no other O or anything. What if you get rid of both TAs and then TLAC? You need to, well, you need to save one. That's a good point. So we were trying it a different way a moment ago, where we looked at it like this. The problem is, once you get to A, you're in a corner, so you can't come back out again. So that makes it feel like you're supposed to use this one here. And if we did use the last two TAs, we've got K, B, L, and T, and X. We've got 5 to get rid of. So it feels like you have to use TLAC. Now, it could be that using LOK the way we did earlier was like a misdirection or something. Speaking of which, let's say we use this TA first. You could possibly use... Yeah, no, maybe not then. Because you go straight to the K. But the K can go to the X. But then you got that A there. So what if the first TA did that, and the second one did this? Now we haven't used our LOK yet. However, I do not think that makes a difference. Wait, like that? Oh no, I can't go into a dead end. Dang! Because if we could come out of there, we could go KOL. Also got a K here. That doesn't do anything, does it? Alright, chat. Anyone got the solution? What if you use the first LOK to remove a single blank space and you have to another letter to remove the TA? Which single blank space would we remove and why? Why would that be a blank space? That's what I don't get. The issue is that we can't send TLAC the whole way around. Maybe if we focus a little bit more on how we could. But that seems a bit futile because the A is in the core. I mean, I guess you could come there and then go around. So if that A and that T were missing, I mean, this feels wrong, right? That feels wrong to me. But then I can make TA that way. But that has to be saved for the X's. So we kind of need to get rid of 2 T's and an A. So what if it were... Maybe we start with that. Oh, wait, what if we saved that one till last, right? I'm going to do the exact same thing again. I have a weird feeling I'm doing the exact same thing again. See, now, like... Oh my god, it's like, no, can't quite get the A. So didn't I say something about using a different A minute ago? Okay, let's start with this TA. Then we go allow us to use that one. No, see that A's in the... Oh, I can't figure it out. It's driving me nuts. Wait, oh my god, that way. Yes! That's gotta be it then. That's gotta be it. Nothing else makes sense. Because now... When we go to the... Oh, wait. That way. Oh my god. Oh my god. But wait. No. What just happened? Oh, I can... Oh. Where's my other A? Wait, I'm so confused right now. Have I been playing this the whole time thinking I have one more A if I make Talak? I think I have. Oh my god, talk about a head scratcher. I have, haven't I? So, not only if I want to use... Oh my god, what? If I want to use Talak, I then need to have another TA remaining. Now, the path that I take... And it's supposed to be the A over there. Oh my god. So I'm supposed to do that. Now, the path that I take to make Talak... We need to leave another A, so I do not know. This is... This is... Yo, Blue Raven, thank you for 27 months. Haven't been able to watch a lot of streams the last few weeks. It's a mad dash for the finish at uni since you graduate in May. However, this community is always welcoming, and I love being here when I can. Hope you're having a great day. Yo, Blue Raven, thank you so much for the resub. Much appreciated. Best of luck with uni. I hope the graduation goes well, and thank you for your support. You're close as and you know, I feel like I might be, but also I might be throwing myself in the wrong direction. And I'm starting to feel like I need a break, right? So we need to save a TA for the X's last of all, and we need to use one in... Okay, so let's say we do this. Hello. Oh! There it is! There it is! We used one less TA and we got it. Oh my god, right. Now the level selection becomes a puzzle of its own. What will we do here? The only thing I see is LOK to begin with. I think we put... No. I think we put it on that one. Yay, we got a key. Brain smarts. Right, let's go learn a new word, perhaps. Okay, learn a new word. The new word has not been revealed to us. It's probably B. I forget what this does. Ah, you get to choose a letter. Yo! When I played this on Stream Deck, you had to type in the letter with a keyboard and it was super annoying. Maybe they've updated it since. It's got a patch that gives you a selection of letters for the controller. I'm going to put an X down here. And then I'm going to put in an an O. Dude, that is super helpful. LOK gets rid of a T. TA gets rid of the X. Brain smarts! Okay. We can do BE in multiple directions here. Which means we must embrace the BE. That being said, I was about to put a B there, and then I realised that would be wrong. Also, wait. This might not be as easy as I thought it was going to be. If one of those is an O, maybe it needs to be an X. Okay. Now I'm not sure. It looked quite simple to begin with. Now I'm not sure. Because I need to make use of these B's, don't I? Which means I'm going to put 2 here no matter what. Oh, unless I go that way. So I put a B there. That's good if I can cross it, which I can't currently. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Yeah, I can. So I do that, and I put a B here. That's not the letter I chose. Now I do this. And I can put my O. Oh my god, it took me a second to see it. How many words are there, says Hilma? I'm not sure. I'm not sure in total. Probably a couple more after this. Right, so we've got a lock. B there. Possibly the opportunity to create another one. I don't think I'm going to make a Talak in this level. But there are a couple of A's. A TA would go a long way. T! Down there, look, T. Cup of tea. I'm going to put a B there. I think I'm going to put a T here. It's not quite right. So if I put a T there, Lock can get rid of A. It's almost right, but it'll be wrong. Is what my brain is telling me. Yeah, because look, it looks good, but then it's like, uh-oh. So we'll write something different here. Cybot says A. What did we put a second ago? We put a T. Oh, wait. I know why. I know why. Oh, dang it. So clever. Yo, well done, Cybot. Using that one to eliminate the others. Keyblatt. That says to me, Keyblatt. B here. BA there. T. Not quite Talak. But TAs. Which... Getting rid of those might be good, but not before you used your BEs. So I think that comes after. So if we... Wait. TLAK. There is a Talak. So I think we use our BEs first. The TA will take out all the other tiles. But then... I think I know what to do. I think I know what to do. Okay, trust me, right? Watch what I'm doing. I think I know what to do. No, this doesn't work. Or does it? Oh boy. TA takes out all the blank. I need 2 tiles next to each other, so I might have just put those in the wrong place. I think. Where else would I put them? Oh boy, this doesn't make sense. Unless TA takes out all the blank ones. I'm almost there. I need basically 2 tiles that are adjacent, which would be those 2 tiles. So Ooh, papa. Wait, I don't have to use them yet. But I do. I have to use it first, because now there's nowhere for E and B to be used, right? No! I fooled myself. They just needed to be any letter. I thought they needed to be B and E. They could have been anything. Yo, the The Nimin Max in chat says just leave them at letters. Dude, you're smart. You're brain smarts. All right. All right, where are we at? A lock after a TA, right? And there's another TA somewhere on here. If I take out the S, but that doesn't make sense. Yeah, BSE. We're left with... All right, take out the S, you got BE. But now you can't type it anywhere. Interesting. I feel like we have to use that B and E. It could be a misdirection, but we'd only have 2 other TAs. So I feel like it's not a misdirection. Therefore, let's look at it again, because I think if we get lock, we can actually use BE. But then BE can't be written on a tile. What am I talking about? Is there a way to get B and E connected and write on a tile? I'm not sure that there is. So that might be like the misdirect. So then if we've only got 2 TAs and one of them will probably go on X's. Am I missing something here? There must be a way to connect that then. There must be a way. Wait, am I being... No, we need a blank tile to write on. That's the issue. That's the issue. We need a blank tile to write on. There is what looks like Talak if you get rid of the O. But then if I use the A to do that, then we won't have it. That's our starting point, isn't it? Is there any other way to play? LO doesn't go anywhere. So that's got to count for something. And then if we want to make something after it, we need to keep the X's. Oh, maybe take out the S's first. Ah. Now we're going somewhere. Let's make the last thing into an X. I tripped myself up a little bit there. Like, you're trying to suss it out, you're trying to tell yourself things about the level, and made a little mistake there. We didn't have to put the TA directly on the blank spaces. That was like an assumption that I made there. What else have we got here? BE again. BE to write in the one blank tile. Gut instinct says that should be an X. Or a K. I think it's going to be a K. I'm just going to roll with it without thinking too far ahead. Now lock unlocks TA, which will probably take out the other Ks. Do we have any other TAs? Maybe that should have been a TA. The lack of T's is concerning. I'm just going to say, based on the amount of letters, I get a feeling like that should be a T. But it needs to be an X in order to divert the T around the board to get to another A. And then is there another T that can come back to this A? There isn't. So it almost feels like whatever you put here, it should just skip straight over. That T should go to that A. Unless it itself was a T and the T went... No, it would start... T-L-A-K, can't do that. I mean, I made an assumption that that's the first thing we're going to do. I guess if we want to clear those letters, they have to at some point be used here. I'm looking around at, like, imagine dragging out words and there just isn't anything going. That's kind of weird. So maybe this is a K. Right, and I'm going to use TA to get rid of the other A's, for example. Then I can make... I will struggle to make some locks. Right, I'm gonna look at this like... There's a bit of misdirection here, perhaps. Oh, this is a tough cookie, because you need the TA to get rid of the... Oh, no, wait. Ah, okay. So I keep looking at it like I need to take out all the A's right now. I don't. Right? Maybe I do, actually. Maybe I do. Oh, so in order to get there... Right, I think we're on the right path now. In order to get that lock, I take out 1A. But in order to get this one, I need to take out 2. Well, the problem with that is that the first one that we make gives us 1. So we put it there to make the second one. And maybe use the X's at some point, and then... So, like, our second one is here, but we need to get rid of 2 A's to use the last one. And we still got a K over here. Like, when does that K get dealt with? After the TA. Wow, this is ridiculously tricky. K and remove A with tar. Okay, let's try what you just suggested. So, let's actually get rid of that K. And then remove the other A's. How do we get rid of the... Oh, maybe it's now like... Oh my god, I got fixated on the X's being removed by TA. And now I understand what you're saying. Well done, thank you for the help. Yo, I get so sucked into these puzzle games, people. But I'm allergic to being at the computer for too long. I can't believe how quick that went by, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Put your questions in chat now about this game so I can answer them. Let's go have a look at what's next quickly as well. There is a rule that wasn't obvious before. Look for a hint if needed. If I remember correctly, this is like you can go over the gaps. And I don't think many of the levels would have utilized that. So we can get rid of L, and then we can use TA to get rid of X. Very cool. So we didn't get a new word, but we got a new rule. Then you can start to use that in the solution of these things, right? Maybe, I mean, I'm just guessing because it looks kind of obvious, but like, you can also drag across the spaces. So like that. And that gets you TA, and that gets you V. Very easy. And I imagine the next puzzle will probably introduce a little more trickiness and usefulness with thinking across the gaps, like using the X across here will probably be a thing. Yeah, really awesome puzzle game. It's on Steam. I highly recommend it. There's a lot of depth here. The puzzles get really tricky. We didn't even get to these ones on this world. And if you do all of the worlds 100%, there's like a bonus world to unlock once you've done 8 of them. There's also daily puzzles. So every day, 3 puzzles to play. And quite possibly, doesn't let me look at the word list, so maybe you've got to play more of the campaign for this. Anyway, that is LOK Digital. Not my kind of game. Technically going to save my money by not buying it. How much should I save, says Delanto. I don't know, but like, dude, if it's not your game, I'm not going to tell you to buy it, right? Like, I wanted to show this off so you can get an idea if it is your kind of game or not. Why can't I quit out here? Why am I like locked into the level at the moment? Something's locked me in. I feel like I don't know what happened there. I can't press escape. I feel like the time trial has just sort of like locked me in. And I don't know if this is an easy level that I could just quickly solve, but I was gonna go back out, but it won't let me. I can undo. Huh. How very odd. How very odd. Well, I guess I'm not going back to the main menu. Am I going to play Split Fiction? Yeah, I might do. I played It Takes Two. So I might do Split Fiction at some point in the future. Some of you are saying it looks fun. Awesome. It's interesting at least. Not sure if I'd like it or not. Hey, if you're into puzzle games, this is a cracking puzzle game. So If you're not into puzzle games, you know, there you go. It's my life now, says Maddie. Fortunately, I can quit the program. The up arrow near the timer, yeah, it doesn't work. I'm just sort of currently locked into the screen and I can't back out of it, which is very strange. But yeah. Any more questions, chat? I plan on streaming again on Monday, by the way. I'm locked in. Spelt without a C. Very clever, very clever. Very clever. As I usually do at the end of these streams, if you happen to have never heard me waffle on about my music, Soulside Eclipse is the name of it. You can listen to it on all the streaming platforms, and I'd love it if you went and checked it out. That would be awesome. Otherwise, right now, I'll go find someone to raid. See if there's anyone following, or maybe we'll just take a random recommendation. I'll probably just send you over to this Minecraft channel that is recommended. So hopefully you enjoy what you find. Thanks for watching, peeps. Enjoy the raid, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you again on Monday. Take care.